Good morning, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well, getting out, doing your adventures, and of course, still getting out and doing some camping. It's not actually cold enough to be wearing a beanie and some little fleece gloves, is it? Or is it? I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a few things that I do going into fall, cooler weather, to keep myself nice and warm and cozy while I'm camping. You may need them at night when the temperatures drop down. Now, if you can see a little bit of smoke that's coming through here, it's because the bugs are a little bit bad this morning. I've got a little, you know, the cardboard little cup holder trays. Light one of those up, it smolders. Perfect little mosquito repellent. Good morning. All right, well, the neighbor's dog came to say hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh, yes, good morning, how are you? Okay, there you go. Goodbye. That's Hershey, that's the neighbor's dog. All right, let's get right into this. So first, I'm going to briefly talk about the tent that I have and the one that I use for fall, and I've even used it for winter camping, and sort of a little bit of the difference between what we have in the summer. Also, we're going to talk about sleeping bag, sleeping pad, what I'm switching to for my fall camping. Hopefully that'll help you if you want to get out and do some fall camping. Fall is my favorite time to go camping. One, typically there's less bugs. Two, there's less bugs, really. Time to switch from summer sleeping bag, summer sleeping pad, to fall or winter sleeping bag and fall or winter sleeping pad. So, of course, it's going to be a little bit more bulky, but we're going to need that for warmth and for the insulation. Okay, let's take a quick look at this particular tent. So this one I have is the Eureka El Capitan 2. I've had this one for a couple of years. It's a 3-season tent, but I have used it in the winter and it worked quite well. In the mesh sections here, they have panels that fully seal this tent up. So if you look at the door, so there's the door panel, but it has a full door of this same nylon, and then up in the ceiling you can actually open these panels up, and you can see when I open this up, there we go, there's our mesh, which is going to allow for a lot of ventilation. You can see that opens right up right here. There we go. Now, when I roll this all up, this is all going to give me a lot of nice ventilation. All right, as you can see, I've got the panel done up on the door. There's our mesh. On both doors has the full panel that zips closed. Same with the ceiling. It's got two almost like skylights, you can see. Now I've got lots of mesh, lots of airflow. When the temperatures drop, I can do these panels up, and then it really creates a little bit more of a barrier, giving you a little bit more insulation. It's not going to change the temperature dramatically, but it definitely helps if you have high winds. Let's take a look at sort of changing from my summer setup going into fall and towards winter. So in the summer, I've got this real lightweight sleeping bag. You saw how compact it was. I've shown this one before, so I've got this little air mattress. This one's not self-inflating, blow it up, but it only takes about 12 to 14 breaths and it's inflated. This one is more just to give you some cushioning. It's not going to provide you with a ton of insulation from the ground up. It'll help, but it's not going to be quite the same for when you get into colder temperatures. I've used this one late fall into the winter. This one's rated to, I think this one's -15 Celsius. And then of course, I've got the self-inflating air mattress, and you can see how thick this one is. The nice thing with this is it's not those little pockets like this one. This is one solid base of air that's going to provide you that insulation from the ground up. I should be out camping right now. Here's another little trick that you can do. Let's suppose it's a beautiful night, starry skies, you've got all the mesh, you got the panels on the top. So now you've got like a skylight, you want to sleep underneath the stars. Great. But then all of a sudden you start to feel a few raindrops coming in. You got to scramble to get the fly on so that you stay dry. And I've done this before. So what I've done is I've already attached the fly at the back end. And if the rain starts to come on in, then I can just grab the fly, pull it over, clip it down. And there you go. Now the rain's not coming in. Now we're protected. And then I would just have to peg out the vestibule. This particular tent is symmetrical. So what is on this side is the same thing on the other side. Both doors and the vestibules are the same size. This particular one has what they call high-low ventilation. This little panel, you can open this up. This you can roll up, and then what you've got is some airflow underneath going into the tent right here. So even if you have a downpour but you still want to get some airflow, you can roll this up and you're still going to have some protection. So this vent you can actually collapse. So if you got some crazy sideways rain coming in, you can actually take this panel and you can Velcro that closed. I've only got part of the vestibule panel actually rolled up. There's another point right here where I could roll this up further if I wanted the door open a little bit more. Just to give you an idea how much space, tons of room to put your boots, your backpack, any of your gear in the vestibule that is going to keep you, or keep your gear nice and dry. This is my fall/winter camping setup. Now, I'm not saying you need to go out and get yourself a new tent, but if you are going out to purchase your first tent, might be something to consider the panels that fully close. It's not all mesh. That's going to give you a little bit more protection. Keep in mind, we're getting down in temperature at night. Recently, I think it was down to 7 degrees Celsius overnight, which is starting to get a little bit chilly. So of course the sleeping bag is going to make a difference when you have a warmer sleeping bag. As far as clothing, in the fall I wear merino wool. You've seen this in my videos before, but basically what I wear is a merino wool top. This one is a zip neck. You can get a crew neck, merino wool long underwear, wool socks, and I always sleep with a little beanie because that's where it's going to trap a lot of that heat up top, keep you nice and warm, especially if you don't have a mummy style sleeping bag that has the hood that goes over. That's going to be helpful. And then of course, just some really light fleece gloves if you're sitting around the campfire, just to keep yourself warm. Now, I've done this before in other videos, especially when you get into some really cold weather and you get into below 0. One thing you can do, if you have a water bottle that you know is not going to leak, I've boiled water, put it in the water bottle, and then you can tuck that into your sleeping bag. And it's nice because you can move it around, you can put it down at your feet, maybe the middle of your back or somewhere, and it really does provide you quite a bit of warmth. Also, when you get down below freezing, then you have some water that did not freeze overnight when you're going to make your morning coffee. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a couple little tips. It's not too late to get out, do some fall camping. It's the perfect time of year. The leaves are starting to change color. It's beautiful out there. You got some fresh air. Can't beat it. And of course, less bugs. Thanks for watching, and of course, I will see you on the next adventure.